I wonder what it feels like sitting there with your bits in there. Now we're going to go and drive it on Millbrook's gnarly hill course. Hello and welcome back to the Volks Wizard channel. Now, as you can probably tell, this channel concentrates on cars from the Volkswagen Group because they are cars that I like, but every so often other manufacturers produce cars that threaten to convert me. Take the previous generation Honda Civic Type R. When you read the reviews, your mouth starts to water, but then you look at the photos and your stomach wants to fill your mouth, not your saliva glands. However, with the new generation Honda Civic Type R, the reviews are still gushing, but your stomach isn't. So could this Honda Civic Type R be the car that threatens to convert this dyed-in-the-wool Volkswagen man? Well, we're going to find out today. I've only got a very short time with this car, but I think it's enough time to learn if it's a car I could potentially live with. So we're going to have a look around the outside and the inside. We're going to go for a drive on Millbrook's challenging hill course, and then we're going to go for a couple of laps on Millbrook's 100-mile-per-hour high-speed bowl. But before we get started, let me remind you guys how you can support the channel. If you like what you see, then please do subscribe. We're still getting lots of views from non-subscribers. It's brilliant to get those views, but it really would help a lot if you could subscribe if you like what you see, even if it's a Honda. Okay, let's start off then with some stats. So this is the new FL5 generation Honda Civic Type R. When I say new, it's been out for a couple of years. It's got a 4-cylinder 2-litre petrol turbo engine, just like a Golf R, but unlike Golf R, it only comes with a 6-speed manual gearbox. It's got a mechanical limited slip diff because it's front-wheel drive, it's not four-wheel drive. There's no automatic option. 329 metric horsepower, a little bit more than the Golf R. Same amount of torque, 420 newton meters. 0 to 62, which doesn't mean an awful lot, guys, when it comes to driving these cars. 5.4 seconds, so a lot slower than the Golf R. That's a smidge quicker than the Mark 8 Golf GTI Clubsport, sort of in line with the amount of power it's got over that car. 34.4 mpg if you're into that kind of thing, which isn't too bad. It's a bit less than the Golf, but actually it's pretty good for a manual. The big problem though is the price. When I saw this one was £50,700, I thought it must have some options on it. It doesn't. The base price is a cheeky £50,050, and the colour Rally Red is £650, making it 50,700 of your pounds. Well, it better be good. Now let's have a look around the outside. Okay, well, this is supposedly the new toned down Civic Type R, but it still looks pretty in your face in this Rally Red colour. A lot of the press cars have been white, and there's also a nice blue. I just think maybe it's a little bit too overt still. Quite a big sill cover, a vent there. Does it actually do anything? Yeah, may do. The wing is still a little bit big. They've toned it down by making it black, I guess. And we've still got 3 exhausts, which I'm sure have got an engineering reason with Honda, but they just look a little bit aftermarket. Fake vents in here. Yeah, like we need them on this car to make it look even more aggressive. It's more toned down, but I'm still not sure it's toned down enough. Maybe a touring version will come along with 2 exhausts, a smaller wing, and that could be the car that I could live with. Wheels, we've got 19-inch wheels and 265/30 19 Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. All round, we've got these lovely Brembo brakes on some really serious looking 2-piece discs, much more serious than the ones we see on Golfs. At the front, it's actually quite toned down. If the back was more like this, I would be all right with that. Having said that, what is this? I guess that does the job as well. So it's not too bad. It's not overly spoilered. It's not overly low. There's no really bad splitter to leave alongside curbs. Right, now let's have a look inside, because that's always been a strong point of German cars and not so much with Japanese cars. And you do spend a long time in a car, so it is quite important. Well, there's a lot of the traditional Type R red in here. With a red car, maybe there's a little bit too much, but let's start like we do with the Volkswagen on the door cards. Plastic quality is okay. We haven't got flat line bins. Nice bit of Alcantara there, not particularly well padded. Again, these are okay, chrome tips and stuff, but there's something about the Japanese car switchgear that looks really dated. I think that's ambient lighting. Even compared to the Mark 8 Golf, I'd say this is a step down. In here, carpet quality though, actually, that's quite nice. Yeah. Proper carpets, decent mats, stainless pedals, 3 of. Not bad. Seats, wow. I'm not sure what these are, they're just branded Type R, but they look all right. They're not overly bolstered. I'd say maybe a little bit more down here compared to these ones we see in Mark 8 Golf Rs and GTIs. Yeah, pretty good. Let's get inside and have a closer look at the cabin. So let's press the start button down here. Got a digital instrument cluster. This is the infotainment system. Driving modes are down here, which is nice and easy to do on the fly. Parking brake seems pretty good. Cup holders down here. Storage in here. Yeah, you can't adjust the height of that, but it's all right. Metal gear knob. A couple of USBs down there, 12 volts. And then these Knurl Skoda-like controls for the climate control, but they're quite tactile actually. It's not bad. And some nerdy display on there. Let's just have a quick look at the dash then. So this isn't bad plastic, and this is interesting. You know what? It's not bad, but there's just something about these stalks that look so dated. But it's not massively offensive, so that's okay. Nicely damped glove box, but not flop lined. And then some charging down there with a warning sticker. This is the key, which is all right. Yeah, maybe in a more toned down colour, I could live with this. Gosh, they're quite cool, aren't they? There for just adjusting the direction of the air. So that's nice. Unique number on there. Interesting. It's a rear view mirror. It's got a frame to it and a few controls up here. Yep, okay. And then we've got traditional buttons on here. Yep, they all feel pretty good. Let's just have a quick look in the back. So that's the front door card, and the back one looks the same, although I think it's lost the ambient lighting from there, so there is a bit of accountants with a red ink. Plenty of space in here, even with they're not hardback seats, so this is soft for your knees. That's very good thinking. Black headliner for the sporty look. I shouldn't really say it in a German accent, should I? No, we won't go there. It's yeah, surprisingly spacious in here, which is good. Cup holder in here, not very well integrated, but it's there. I wonder what it feels like sitting there with your bits in there. Okay, this is the view of the cockpit. Red carpet really does change the whole interior ambience. It's all right. In the boot, well, it's got a big boot, so release it with a not very tactile switch just down there, and that's the parcel shelf. Interesting, that's clever. That's actually it. Look at that. And there we have the boot. It's a pretty good size. We've got that's not really a 60/40, that's like a 70/30 folding seat. There's a load liner in this car. It's a good size, although the tailgate is really swoopy, really sleek, so maybe not as practical as it could be. I think we should have a look under the bonnet. Let's see how easy it is to find the release. That's not it. Oh, there it is. Well, this is a 50 grand car and it still has a keep fit bonnet strut, so no gas strut on this. Decent engine cover though. And there we have it. It looks pretty old school to me. So there's a turbo down there somewhere and 4-cylinder, presumably 16 valve engine. Airbox there, lots of red paint on the inside of it, unlike on a VW. Maybe that's where your money goes. That's the air intake there, which must be for cooling the radiators. Okay, that's a very quick tour of the Civic Type R, because now we're going to go and drive it on Millbrook's gnarly hill course. Okay, welcome to Millbrook's gnarly hill course in the Civic Type R. We're in sport mode now, which is quite firm. We can put it into a comfort mode just really easily, just by flicking that switch there. and that softened things off a little bit. But this is a firm car, it's designed for a purpose, and being comfortable on the road isn't its priority, but it's not too bad in comfort mode. Obviously we've got clever dampers to allow that. So now it's going to get a little bit gnarlier. We'll just shift up into sport mode, which gives us auto blip, which is fantastic. It makes an amazing shift, even better auto blip. I've got it on my GT4, I've had it on Hyundais as well, and it just makes manuals so even more fun. If you can't heel and toe, and I can't, I'm pretty useless like that. So I've really barely driven this car. This is a tricky circuit and I feel completely at home. This Alfa Romeo toenail is holding me up quite a lot, so hopefully we'll get the opportunity to overtake it. So into second gear. Thank you very much. Wow. Got a limited slip diff and it just, oh, amazing. Amazing. Little beep there telling me to shift up. And our brakes feel superb, Brembos. And then now, tricky corner with a bit of banking. We're in third gear, steering feels superb, lots of feel. And then up this hill, it could feel a little bit faster. It hasn't got that explosive feel of the Mark 8 Golf R. And then I think we'll pop it into second now. And this bit replicates the Nürburgring's Nordschleife, where it still holds the front wheel drive lap record at 7 minutes 44, which isn't that much quicker than the Mark 7 Golf GTI Clubsport S, which lost the record to the previous generation Civic Type R. Okay, into second then, and now this is where you can jump. Maybe not today, and then getting towards the end of the lap now. It just explodes out of corners. It's incredible. Wow, I can see what all the fuss is about. Oh my God. What does it feel like? Well, it feels like not dissimilar to the Mark 8 Clubsport. That's a pretty sorted car chassis wise. The gearbox, I think, makes this a lot more fun. I expected it to feel a little bit more frantic, but actually it's pretty civilized. Maybe not so in the wet. And now we're going to head on to the high-speed bowl here at Millbrook. I don't want to give this car back. I'm already late. I always get tingles down my spine when I commit myself to going onto the high-speed bowl, because lots of legendary things have happened on here. So we can go up to 100 miles an hour. Let's see what she can do. So we're still in sport. The ride is not terrible, it's okay, but we've got comfort if we want it, which I can do at 85 miles an hour going around a high-speed bowl. Pop it into 6th gear. Let's get into the outside lane, which is 100 miles an hour approved. Oh, 101. Do you know what? It's pretty comfortable. It's not too unrefined. It's not an autobahn car by any means. But yeah, it's comfy. There's quite a bit of compliance in the seat as well, which helps because this is a firm car. Well, there we go, guys. A very quick test of the FL5 generation Honda Civic Type R. I think maybe in a more subdued colour it would look as restrained as I'd need it to be. It's still a little bit yobby, but it's definitely a lot better than the previous generation car. And technically, even though that was really good, they still improved things as well. So yeah, there's very little stopping you from buying this car, apart from maybe the price. 50,000 basic, it's a lot of money. I've had a quick look at second-hand ones and they start at about 38, but you're looking at a car that's 72 reg, so a couple of years old. But then if you look at low mileage, probably similar mileage, Mark 7 Golf GTI Clubsport S, you'd have to go back as far as 2016, because that's the only year they were manufactured. When you look at it from that perspective, it doesn't seem too bad, and it is a special car. It's a bit more practical as well than the Clubsport S. We've got back seats, and yeah, I like it. And you never know, one day I might even buy one, but maybe not with a red interior. As ever guys, thanks for watching this Volks Wizard video. Keep subscribing, keep commenting, and I'll see you for the next one very soon. And my glasses do actually match.